Hello. So this is going to be one of the VIP add-on pack videos that I've done, and this is for pack 40607, the Summer Fun VIP add-on pack, which is this one right here. It was released just today on the 4th. I'm recording this late in the evening. It's almost midnight, not quite. And so yeah, we're going to open this right now and see what's in it, and we'll get this up tomorrow, seeing as though probably the recording will end up being done after midnight. So anyway, so here we go. And I've got these little trays set up. There was a little bit of glare in the tray because they're kind of like a reflective black. So I went and I cut some cardboard to put in there, which will help. And so yeah, it's going to keep the pieces from rolling all over the place. And the color is kind of neutral because I know I've been using the yellow trays with the spout on them, and that kind of messes things up. All right, so we've got the small pack here. Oh, we just bumped the camera. Yep, everything's still good. Well, we've got the little instruction book, if you will. It's just basically showing you that you can add this to existing builds. Let's see what we have here. So yeah, this is kind of what we have here. So they've got the color, that's what you can do. The white you have to buy yourself or have yourself otherwise. So yeah, you can add it to this blank house to get this. So that's kind of neat. So we'll set this aside and start looking at the pieces. Well, the first thing I noticed is just this I believe it's a dark pink umbrella top. That's kind of cool. And then there's some of these leaf pieces. There are 4 of them. So that's kind of nice. And I'm kind of playing around with where the camera is now, so I'm looking around. This is a good spot for it. So there we go. There's one of these. That's kind of cool to get. Let's see. We've got this net for, like, you know, catching butterflies or something, I guess. We've got some of these wedge type pieces, these partially curved plates. Those are kind of neat. We've got some of these just round brown pieces, which my guess is the intent is you could make like a tree with them by stacking them. And then you could add these pieces over here to the top of the tree. Maybe make a palm tree that way. So there are 2, 4, 6, there's 8 of those. We've got a couple of these coral pieces. Those are pretty cool. So you could use those as underwater things. You could probably also do other things with them. I can almost see making like a climbing wall with these, because I have a feeling that all these points would be minifigure hand accessible, and they could also probably stick their hands in the stud hole. So you could probably do a lot with those for that. The color isn't great for that, but you could do it. A fishing pole. That's kind of neat. A couple of these life preserver type pieces. I know some people have also used them for toilets. There is a surfboard and then a skateboard, it looks like. Or maybe they're both surfboards, or one's this might be like a water ski type thing. And then there's actually 2 skis for that. So again, for water skiing would be my guess as opposed to snow skiing, because it's supposed to be summer. We've got a couple of these life vest type pieces. I believe these might have come from the Friends sets originally, although I'm not sure they looked 100% like this, so that's a little different. There is a parrot, kind of a multicolored parrot. We've got a bunny rabbit here and a crab. There is a dark blue snake. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We've got a Santa hat. Christmas in July, perhaps. We've got blue air tanks. That's kind of cool. And then we've got a couple of these blue, like they're like tops of, well, finial perhaps, and like a railing, but they're technical little pieces. And there's also 2 of them in red, and 2 of them in this bright pink, and 2 of them in this bright light orange, and 2 of these metallic silver ones. So they got a whole bunch of different colors of those. That's kind of cool. We've got 4 of these 1x3 tiles with wood printed on them. That's pretty cool. A yellow antenna. Of course, this is the newer version of the antenna with a flat top, not the rounded top, which is in the older sets. We got 4 of these trans light blue 1x2 slopes. That's kind of cool. A couple of these dark green 1/3 high, or the plate thickness round pieces. You could probably use those along with the trees. A couple of black bars. Just a sack or a bag, maybe to go with Santa's hat. And then this, which is just kind of like it's got these bar connections. And then we've got the smaller pieces inside this. So we'll open this up and see what we have in here. All right, so I see right off the bat we've got a couple of pizza box tiles. That's pretty cool. And then also there is a pizza. Actually, there's two of them. So you could have the pizza box and you could lay the tile over this and boom, you'd have the pizza that's in the box. All right, so I see there's a couple of the bright light orange ice cream cones. So that's like maybe orange sherbet or something like that perhaps. I've got a couple of these fins for swimming around in the water for a minifigure. We've got a red crab, so it kind of goes with the light bright orange crab. So we've got two of those. A couple of orange fish. That's kind of cool. There's a couple of these dark red baseball caps I see. So that's kind of cool. These are for holding the ice cream pieces. So you would basically just take this and stick it on top like that, and it would make like an ice cream cone that you could have in a minifigure's hand. Let's see, we've got some of these. They're like little swirls, and they're in white, so I'm kind of envisioning this to be like vanilla ice cream. Looks like there's just 3 of them though. We've got 2 of these, which are like, I imagine they're bottles. They're either supposed to be like this, as like a bottle with a neck, like maybe a wine bottle, or kind of like this, is more like a goblet kind of idea. So they're kind of multi-use possible there. This looks like it might be like an oar, and you would stick one of the bars in that to make a paddle. There's a couple of these grill pieces in the metallic silver. That's pretty cool. Looks like we've got, what, 4 or 5 of these? 3? Yeah, we got 5 of these. The light blue, trans light blue cheese wedges. That's kind of neat. We've got some of these clips. It looks like there's 4 of them. These black clips. There's like, you could put a bar in one end and then clip that onto something else. Very useful for connections. I see what looks like we've got 4 sausages. Well, that's kind of neat. Oh, and here we've got another oar thing. So you can make a 2-sided oar or just 2 separate oars. We've got 4 sausages there for maybe a cookout or something. You could even use the those grill pieces for like the grill. These are poles for like snow skiing, but I'm sure you could use them for something else. And there's 3 of them, it looks like. So it's probably light enough that you get the extra one. So it's supposed to be 2 and then you get the extra one. There is a single trans blue, like an underwater visor that you could clip onto probably the blue helmet that we saw. And of course we've got the air tanks, so that kind of makes sense, giving them to a minifigure. We got a couple of like ice cream popsicle type things. Those are always neat. And then we've got just some of these brown pieces, which are 1x1 round plates, but there's a hole in the middle. So you can use those with a bar as well. That's getting away from me. And then we've got some red pieces, which are the 1x1 round plates, but there is no hole in them. Right there. So there's 5 of that. And then we've got these little flame pieces, which this is the interesting piece in my sorting, that the flame piece like this goes in with natural stuff like plants and rocks and stuff like this. If I find this in the used bulk in white or black, it goes with minifigure parts as a plume. So yeah, but we've got 5 of that. Again, it's probably light enough that it was intended for, and you get the extra one. And there's a bunch of these stars. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of these stars that you can stick on a stud. And they've actually got a little tiny hole, so you can use them with certain accessories that fit into those holes. So yeah, that's what is in the pack. I think it's pretty cool to have another new pack come out. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Last time I checked, we were at 913 subscribers, and that's just really awesome. Brick World is coming in like 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm excited about that. Any case, actually a little under 2 weeks. But anyway, I'm going to cut the video now. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thank you.